Number 17 says, the figure shows the depths of a submarine. And if you look on the right, you can see that the submarine started out down here at negative 725.6 feet 3 hours ago. And then now it is at negative 314.9 feet. So it started out low and then it rose up. The first part of this problem, part A, asks us to find the vertical distance traveled by the submarine. So just like we were doing before, we want to subtract. So we're going to take negative 725.6, subtract negative 314.9. Okay, so when we are subtracting, we want to change our subtraction into addition. First thing is we change subtraction into addition, and then we're going to take that second number and we're going to change it to its opposite. So the opposite is positive 314.9. First number stays the same. So now we are going to follow our steps for adding with different signs because we have a negative number and a positive number. And those steps are finding the absolute value. We do big minus small, and then we use the bigger sign. Okay, so let's do it. The absolute value of negative 725.6 is positive 725.6. The absolute value of 314.9 is 314.9. This one is bigger, this one is smaller. So we are going to do big minus small, and because these are decimals, I'm going to stack them and subtract vertically. So 725.6, 314.9, and I am making sure that my decimal points are stacked on top of each other, so I know where the decimal point needs to go for the answer. 6 minus 9 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow. 16 minus 9 is 7. 4 minus 4 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay, so we've got 410.7. I need to use the bigger sign, so when I look at my absolute values, the bigger one was this one, and that went with the negative number in the addition problem. So this 410.7 needs to be negative 410.7. And that is the distance traveled. Okay, part B says to find the mean hourly vertical distance traveled by submarine. Okay, so to find the mean hourly vertical distance, we're going to want to use the distance traveled. Ooh, actually, even though this is negative, distance traveled is actually going to be positive. So for this question, only this question, it's okay for us to have a positive answer because we can't have a negative distance. So for this one only, this is going to be a positive distance. Okay, which means for part B, this is also going to be positive 410.7. All right, so in order to find the mean hourly distance, we need to divide the distance traveled by the number of hours that passed, which was 3. So let's do this. 410.7 divided by 3. And just like we were talking about with the addition and subtraction, I want to make sure that my decimal point is right above where it is in the problem. That's really going to help me to make sure that I do this correctly. So I'm going to do this one step at a time. I'm going to look at 4 divided by 3. I can divide this one time. 1 left over, I bring down the 1. I can divide 3 times. That gives me 2, and I bring down my 0. I can do this 6 times, 18 and 2, and I can bring this 7 down, and that's 9. Okay, so the mean hourly vertical distance traveled by submarine is 136.9 feet per hour. And that is my answer.